William Hang. My name is Sureann Luhk. On behalf of my small group, I will be asking you a couple of questions, just 3. Is that okay
Go
for
ahead.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. My first question is, I read in your bio that you're from Aerobic. Are both of your parents from Aerobic too?
Yes. My mother is from Europic and my father is from Oleai. These are 2 different island groups.
They're both outer islands of Yap,
Yeah.
right?
They're both outer islanders.
Okay. My second question is, what is your favorite moment as the president of the FSM?
My favorite moments are the moments that really tickle my vanity. And when you're in foreign capitals like Tokyo, New York, Washington, D.C., Canberra, Beijing, your motorcade pulled through, doesn't matter. They stop the light, stop all traffic. So you just pull through, and you kind of, you look around and say, wow, I am from FSM, and everybody's stopping so I can go through. It's kind of stroke my vanity. One time we were in Australia, my wife and I. So they give us a tour of the Parliament building. When we came out, everybody was looking at the car that we were riding in. They want to see who was riding in the car. The car was the car that they used to take the Queen Elizabeth when she goes to Australia. So I was looking around and I said, why are they looking at the car? And they said, because they want to see who's riding in the Queen Elizabeth's car. I said, to me, I shouldn't be riding in that car. I come from FSM, a small country. But those are the moments, it's kind of stroke your vanity, your thinking. Another moment was in Japan when I went to attend a funeral of the emperor. And they seat us, they were really careful in setting up the seats. So I was sitting way in front with the kings. When I look back, behind me is the Vice President of the United States. I said, oh my gosh, I was sitting in front of the Vice President of the United States. Can you imagine FSM sitting in front of the Vice President of the United States? Kind of, it gives you a feel good moment. And sometimes you want it to last. Okay?
My third or last question for you, what do you like the most about teaching at COM?
Okay, what do I like the most about teaching at COM? At the graduation. That's an easy pick. At the graduation, when I see my student, I feel proud. I know that I'm contributing something to their future. So I take pride in my students graduating. Don't ask me what's the worst one. Yeah, you don't know it because you focus on graduating. But as a teacher, that's a very proud moment when I see my students graduating. I know that you're gonna be. I have given you something, help you to go out and live in society. Okay?
Okay.
You can ask any other questions.
Last one.
Okay.
As a professor here, do you have any advice for us students?
Of course, I have plenty of advice. One, you should look at your study here. Like a marathon or a race, foot race. You started out slow. You may miss one class, 2 classes, but then when you come up close to midterm, that's when you kick in your studies to pass your midterm. And then when you pass midterm, continue until the final. When the final comes, that's when you give everything that you have. Now, when you're here, you should study. I see a lot of students walking around, not studying, and here in school, your attendance is very important to you. You should go to class unless you're sick. I remember in Hawaii, even I was sick, I had to drag myself out and go to class. So attend class, take notes. Sometimes I wonder when I look at the students, whether Micronesian students have a tape recorder for brain, because they would just look at you, not taking notes. It's important for you to take notes. And then when you go home, you read your textbook and read your notes. You compare them. So I guess my advice is study as hard as you can. When you look at it, it's only 2-3 years here. And then you go on to another, for your BA, that's another 2 or 3 years. So it's only 6 years. You go for your master, only 8 years. That's a short time in your life. But it's a very important, momentous time in your life. When you finish school, whatever you do is going to be shaped by the education you earn. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Kailangan.
Okay, thank you.